Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do cash stuffing envelope. Let's go ahead and get started. Everything will be linked down below, including my Etsy shop for my cash envelopes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in my Monday's $1 challenge, which is $52 that I'm going to be placing in for the year. And once I fill this one up, I'm going to move on to Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and so forth. I'll link the video down in the description box just so you can see what I'm doing. And once I fill these up, I'll restart it again so that at the end of the year, I'll have a decent amount saved. Decided to move the money to the side just because it was easier for me to place the money into the envelopes. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to initial it and date it so that I know when I filled it in, and then I put it away and I don't pull it out until the end of the year, which is when I deposit the money into my bank account. So then I'm going to use my mini binder and I'm going to fill it in for school. I have a video on how I did this, which is linked down below in the description box. So I'm going to pull this out, and I had previously placed $20 in it for school. I'm going to put more money in for textbooks and parking. So I will be depositing $5, so that makes my balance $25. So that is actually all that I'm going to be putting in the mini binder. I will come back to it later when I have the other categories filled in. Next, I'm going to fill in my cash envelopes with the A6 binder that I recently purchased. So I ended up actually making the cash envelopes tracking system on cardstock, and I did it for each one of the cash envelopes. So I did it for the date, the description, the amount, and then the balance. And for each one of these, I'm actually going to label it. Now the first one is going to be for savings. I am putting them face up, and I'm going to put $78, 20, 40, 60, 75, 76, 77, $78 into my savings account. And this is a new one that I am starting. Once I fill it out, I will take out the bills and then put larger bills and then put that into my savings to have more funds. So I am just filling out my cash tracker. I'm writing the date, the description, which is savings. I'm going to write the description for balance. I'm making a deposit, and then I am putting that I am adding $78, which leaves my balance at $78. So the next one that I will be filling out is my emergency cash envelope, just because I always want to have money put away in case of an emergency. Now for this one, I'm going to put on the category, the date, the description, and the budget that I do want to have for savings. So I am depositing $15 into my emergency fund. Now for my budget, I am putting that I want to have at least $1,000 saved in an emergency. Now you will see more than one type of emergency envelope on here. It'll just be labeled differently. Now the next one that I am going to be filling out is my car upkeep, also known as car maintenance, just because I always want to have at least $500 put away, because I do have to change the oil, sometimes change the blades, and in case anything else happens to my car, I at least have $500 put away. And that is why I am making a deposit of $20. Now I am trying to save funds for a house, so my budget is going to be $5,000, and that should cover me for a down payment and the closing costs on the house that I want to buy. So to start it off with, I am going to deposit $5, but then I decide to add an extra 10, so I will be actually depositing 15 in total. So I am starting to save for Christmas, just because sometimes I wait till the last minute, and so this time I am setting a budget of $700, and I'm going to deposit $20 into it this time, and so that way when Christmas comes around I have the money put away so I can go and buy the gifts that I want to buy. So the next one that you're going to see me fill out is the birthday one, and so I want to get a camera. So my budget is going to be $700, and I'm going to fill all of that out on here, and then I'm going to deposit $20. So the next one is extra, but I'm going to skip this one for now and then come back to it. So I'm going to work on unexpected, just because sometimes things happen. You have unexpected expenses, and I don't want to take that away from my emergency fund. So for my unexpected, I am going to set a budget of $2,000. And I am actually going to write on here $20, but then I decide to actually add more money to it, so it's actually going to be a $40 deposit. So the next envelope, I'm not sure what I'm going to label it yet. I'm going to skip it for now, and then I'm going to work on the business one. And so for business, I am actually just going to deposit $21 for now. I'm not sure what kind of budget I want to set yet. So for now, I'm just going to worry about depositing money, and then afterwards I'll set a budget. So for beauty, this includes buying my makeup and getting my hair done. I'm just going to have a budget of $500, and I'm going to start off small by just making a $5 deposit. I'm going to fill all of that out on my So the next one that I'm filling out is my credit card cash envelope, and I'm going to make a budget of $12,000 just so I can pay off all my credit card debt, and I'm going to make a deposit of $40. So the next one that I'm going to fill out is my taxes. So I'm going to make a budget of $3,000 just because when I do taxes, if I have to pay more than I think I do, I will at least have this money set aside. And I'm going to make a deposit again of $40. So the next one that I'm going to make an envelope for is my student loan. I have already paid some of my debt off, but again, my budget is going to be $12,000 so that I can finish paying off my student loan, and then I will be debt free with my student loan. I'm going to make a deposit of $20. So the next one that I'm going to be filling out is my road trip. Now I'm going to take more than one road trip, so that's why you will see more than one road trip on here. And the budget that I'm going to send for this one is $4,000. And I'm going to make a deposit of $40 for this one. So the next one that you see here is spending, and this is just the money that I want to be able to spend with buying gifts for everyone when I go on my road trip. And my budget is going to be $2,000. So I will be depositing $20 today. So the next road trip envelope that you see here is going to be my road trip spending. So that will include things like food while I am on my road trip and part of the gas. The first one, the one that was $4,000, is going to be for my hotel, and so that is why this one is set at just $2,000. So these next envelopes are not labeled, and that is just because they are extra envelopes that I will be stuffing. I will be placing $20 into each one of these, and just because it's sometimes good to have extra money whenever you need some. So sometimes maybe you come across a toll or you are at the store and you just need extra cash, and that's what these are for. This is just extra money. Now I am making my way back to the extra envelope. I will be filling this one out, and I just want to make a budget of $5,000 just because it's never a bad thing to have extra money available for whatever may be needed. And I'm going to make a deposit of $51 for this one. What I'm going to do here is I am actually going to count how much money I have remaining: 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60. So 260, and then the 10, so 270, 80, so I have 280. I have 1, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 275, 76. So I actually have 291 left, and that is when I am going to take out $51 and put it in the extra envelope. And the only reason that I actually have extra money this week was because I actually sold some of my stock, and I ended up getting the deposit put into my bank account, so I pulled that money out. Here is where I go into my unexpected envelope, and I actually make an additional deposit of $20. I am just going to deposit $20 into the blank envelope. And like I said, it's just good to have extra money in blank envelopes for emergencies that I may need, but I may not want to pull money from my emergency envelope since it's just a small amount. I decided instead of putting extra money into my savings, I'm going to put it in my emergency envelope. So I'm going to make an additional $40 deposit, which is going to leave my balance at $55. So here is where I decide to go back into my house envelope, and I'm going to deposit an additional 10, which is going to leave my balance at 15. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the money that I have and I'm going to fill in as much as I can for my Tuesdays challenge. So $2 a week for 52 weeks is a total of $104. So I'm going to see if I have enough. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So then I have 100 there, and I'm going to take 4 ones, and then I am going to fill in Tuesdays and then write my initials, date it, and then put it away, and come back to it at the end of the year once I open up my envelopes and deposit them. With the remaining $26, I'm actually going to take them and I'm going to put them back into my binder. I'm going to write down that I'm making an additional deposit for textbooks, and then I'm going to count it. So that leaves me $51 is what I will have as a balance. So thank you so much for watching.